Hi everybody, welcome back to my, let's say, Tuesday tips, but we are a day late. We had a bit of camera issues and we also had a public holiday on Monday, so we were just slightly behind with everything. But as promised, I'm showing you how to work with the foils, and as you can see, I had lots of fun. I already made a top, and this is just a birder pattern. I will put a photo for you on there as well, so that you can see. So it's just a plain forward birder pattern, nothing fancy to it. Just a little bit of a cut on sleeve. I wanted something more slouchy, more loose to wear, and I'm loving it. I think it came out so nice. Now what I've used, I just used a stencil, and we do have stencils available in our online store. We've actually got quite a big variety of stencils, so you can use a stencil. You can go and print maybe like silhouettes or images from, on your printer as well, and just cut it out and then also just place it on your fabric, because what we want is just some sort of shape so that we can go and do what we want with our foils. Now we have got the foils. We mentioned it in a previous Friday feature. It is called the iCraft Deco Foil and also the iCraft Deco Foil Liquid Adhesive. And this is the package that we've put together for you guys. Usually you get 5 sheets of a color in a tube, but what we've done is we've actually put 8 colors, 2 of each. So we made our own little kit, so you've got something to play with. As you when you see how I explain what I've done, I actually used so little of my sheet. And if there's any left, just put it away again, because you can use all those bits and pieces that's left as well by just placing it over the adhesive. Now, one thing that I do want you to note as well, that this is a specific adhesive. It's not a normal fabric glue, so you are not going to get this effect if you're going to try it with a fabric glue. You do need the adhesive because it's a specialized adhesive. It stays soft on the fabric, so if I'm working or washing it, anything like that, and I've got a soft knit on, you can see that it just hangs beautifully. It's not standing out stiff from my body. And what's perfect with this as well, that because it's a knit, let's say I had a more fitted t-shirt on, this will also stretch with the fabric. So perfect for our fabrics. But again, it's also for other projects as well. It's not just for our clothing. Any porous surface will really work. So you can go and use it on fabric. You can go use it on paper. You can go and use it on your techies, for instance, if you want, your sneakers, if you wanted to zhuzh that up a little bit as well. It can be used in your journaling, scrapbooking, anything like that. So it is really a multi-use product that we have here. Obviously, with us sewing our own clothing, we just wanted to give ourselves a little bit of a designer look, or a boutique look almost. So this is what I've done, and I just went ahead and I played. I didn't do my whole stencil. You can leave off if you've got a stencil and you only want to use one of the patterns on there, just repeat it. Let me just grab this. I left off that area, and I also left off that. I didn't want that onto my garment. So I think all in all, it came out lovely. The look is so good. I wish you could see it in person, but you will if you are going to get yourself this kit, and if you're going to start playing with your fabrics as well. Again, I like making my own clothes, but you can go and just buy a normal t-shirt, for instance. And talking about fabric, it doesn't have to be a knit. You can go do it on your denim jacket. You can do it maybe if you've got a denim pants. You can maybe do some sort of detail at the bottom, at the hem area for yourself. You can go do cushions. I've actually found some photos of the Deco Foils, so I'm sharing them all with you as well, so you can see all the projects that you can do. It's just amazing what we can do with it. But now I'm going to show you how I did this t-shirt, so all you have to do is follow along to recreate your design then. I'm going to take you through the steps now if you are going to do Deco Foil on fabric. Remember, Deco Foil can be done on paper, it can be done on your tackies, it can be done on basically any surface. But we want to work on fabric because I sew for myself and I want to add a bit of bling to my t-shirt that I'm busy making. Now, if you bought the kit, you would have received the Deco Foil, which is the liquid adhesive, and then you would have received a tube like this, and we actually did our own kit. We put 8 different colors in here for you, and there's 2 of each color in there. Now I'm working with the gold. You can see already, because I have worked with it, I don't just go use my full sheet. I sometimes just need a small piece, and I just cut off as I need. And remember, you always keep your pieces that's left, because as soon as they still always, if there's still a little bit of gold somewhere on that paper, like when I worked with my pewter, I just want to show you, I'll put it on the white. Can you see when I did my blue top that you've seen before? I've still got quite a lot left, and where the adhesive is and there's still foil, I can just go put it down, pick it up, put it down, pick it up until it picks up all these pieces. So there's really no wastage when we're working with these foils. As you can see, I've already done the Eiffel Tower, because I don't want to do any of these. I don't have to go do my full stencil that I have. So I wanted that, and I just want the word Paris. That's why I went ahead and I first went and did that one. Now, also I didn't want the Paris at the bottom. I want mine lifted up. So I decided where I wanted to place it. And what I've done, you will see I've got little marks over there. I just went, when I was happy with the placement, I just made 2 little marks at the bottom and 1 on the side, so that when I go back, I just lie it on that lines when I'm going to work. So I know everything is straight. I'm actually very happy with it the way it is. And all I'm going to do, I'm going to go and I'm just taking masking tape, and I'm just placing it so that I'm not moving my stencil while I'm working. You can even go put one there if you want. Now, the adhesive glue you can use out of the bottle, but I go and I just put it on a piece of my paper like this. This is my tracing paper. Again, you can do it on these sheets if you have it. You can even go and use a piece of foil if you don't have anything else. And I also went ahead and just these little sponges we get for our kitchen, I just cut one up, because I use this side to apply the adhesive, and afterwards I just wash my stencil with it. It is glue, so you do want to wash it off your stencil as soon as you lift your stencil. Don't let the glue dry on there. Now, again, all I'm going to do, I'm going to just fold it like this, and I'm going to start picking up this adhesive, and I'm going to just press it on here. I have tried brushes. I wasn't too happy with the result of the brushes. It left a little bit of almost like marks where it wouldn't take. It was uneven, the application, so I really didn't like using the brush. I just find using this little sponge works for me. So I'm just going to apply it. And guys, we don't want to be stingy when applying it, but we don't want to overdo it either. If I don't get enough glue on a certain area, my foil just won't take. So you've got to make sure that you do cover that area and that everything is nicely covered, and you want to see a little bit of the white of the glue shining through. I just wanted to get some more adhesive, and this adhesive will not leave your fabric feeling hard. It actually leaves the fabric nice and soft. And what I like about it, I'm working on a stretch fabric. Once everything sets, you just have to leave it once the foil is on to dry nicely. Once it is set, it will stretch with your fabric as well. So you can go use it on your woven fabric. You can go use it on your knit fabrics as well. Now, when I've put my first layer, I'm actually watching the glue, and I can see some places it almost just sucked it in a little bit. So I know that I just want to go back and I do it a second time, not with as much glue now, but I do go over a second time just to make sure, because it's a cotton knit, it seems to first sink into it, and then I know I'm not going to get a good coverage. The second round that I'm doing, it's not going to take as much of the glue. I just want to make sure that I'm going to get this foil to really adhere, because you want the glue to be white. You've got to see the white of the glue on your fabric. Alright, so I've gone and I've done a second layer, and I can actually see that I've covered my fabric, all the areas that I needed to cover. So all you're going to do is just remove your masking tape, and you can just leave it about 10 seconds just to make sure that, because it almost sinks in, so I can see there's no open spots that I've missed. But from there, you can just go and you can go and lift your stencil away. And now you can see that Paris that I've done over there. Can you see how nice and white that area is? That is what we want. Now, what you are going to do now, you will have to wait now for this to dry. It's got to be clear but still sticky to the touch. Don't go touch it now because then you're lifting the glue. So all I'm going to do, I'm just going to leave it. Now the bottle instruction tells you leave it for 2 hours. With our weather we've got here, on some fabrics that I worked, after about 20 minutes it was ready and I could go and do it. This one, because I wanted to make sure it's a really absorbent fabric, almost, if I can put it that way, I went my 2 layers, so there is a little bit more, so it's going to take maybe about 45 minutes to an hour. But I leave it on my table and I carry on with my other sewing that I want to do, and every now and then I come and check. Mine is drying very quickly today, so it was about 20 minutes, 25 minutes, and I can see it's busy drying. So I've got areas where it is gone totally dry, like my S looks totally dry. Here I've still got a little bit of white. As soon as they're still white, it will not stick. That I've learned through experience now. So I'm going to start with my S, then I think I'll do my piece. So what I'm doing then, I can't go and just put my whole piece over there. So I'm cutting little pieces off for myself. And what I do with these pieces, as soon as, you know, there's always some left. I've got a little plastic container, so if I've got pieces left, small pieces that I know I can pick up and just press to get those extra foils off. I've also got a tube with some bigger pieces in. So don't throw away these little pieces. It is going to be, you'll be able to use it again. So all I'm going to do, I'm placing this over my S, and you can use your finger and you can go and just rub over it. It's almost as if you're burnishing it, and you can see the S forming on that area. Now what you can also do, what works very nicely, is take your spoon, also the back of a spoon, and I can just go, you just want to burnish it. Don't use the edge of the spoon because then you're scratching your foil. So make sure it's got to be a smooth area, and I can start seeing where it's actually showing the S for me. So I'm just going to make sure I'm just pushing it down. I really want it to sit on that glue area, on that adhesive. So I'm just going to keep doing this, and when I start pulling it up, I actually start looking, is there any areas where it didn't take? So don't just pull the whole thing. I can start seeing, and I'm happy with that area, and I can see, okay, there's a little area that didn't take. So I'm going to go and just rub it on that area. And if I find there's areas that it just won't take, I can always go back and just put a little bit of glue on that area and let it dry a little bit more and just pick it up again with my foil. So it is really so easy, guys. And there's my S done for my Paris. All right, I'm going to do the P now. There's still a bit of white there, so maybe it won't take there, but it's good, then you can see what I'm doing. So again, I like to first take my finger, and I'm just going to rub it so that I know it's sitting, and you can feel that glue at the bottom, you can feel that adhesive. But what's the best is that if you look at this, it's still soft and it doesn't crack or anything like this. So it is really, I love working with these foils. And again, you can go and use these foils not just on fabric, you can use it on paper or on any craft objects. You can go and use it if you've got some techies at home, you know, your sneakers, you can go and even decorate that. If you've got a nice pair of white ones, go and do stenciling on it with the glue. And just imagine again combining this with your other textile paints or anything like that. You can really build it up, even machine embroidery. So there's just so much we can play with. So I'm going to start lifting this and see what happens. I just want to grab it there, I'm right on the edge. And again, I'm trying to get my hand out of the way. I can see there's a couple of spots there. I'm just going to go just burnish it again on that area. So can you see how you can just lift it, go back? And if there's really, I sometimes love this if it's like a bit of a grungy look to it, so that the edges aren't always fully covered. So I do like that look on my stuff. So I'm just going to go. All right, so if I'm looking at this now, can you see some places it didn't take? If that bothers you, you can go back. I'm just going to put my foil that way, and I can see, will it pick up more? If not, you can always go in with a little brush, put a little bit of glue there, but I love that look. For me, it gives it almost that worn look, which is really nice. Just want to see that area. So again, you can play and just add a little bit more glue on that area. I'm going to leave mine like that. so I'm going to play, guys. I'm not going to do every letter on the camera. I'm going to play and quickly just do the whole word, and then I will show you what it looks like. So you can see I've gone ahead and I've finished the word Paris, and I am extremely happy. I just wish you can see this in person, because I don't think you are really seeing that effect that it has on the fabric. Now again, this is our iCraft, and it's called Deco Foils, and I've used the iCraft, which is the Deco Foil adhesive as well, which we can use on fabric, so we don't have to go and iron and work with like the silhouette machines, anything like that. But also remember, this is foils, it is not your vinyls that we're working with, so it does give you a little bit of a different effect. And again, you can go play, you can go add a little bit of bling to it, some more bling if you want, by doing a little bit of beads or even the iron-on crystals. You can, even if you are embroidering, if you've got an embroidery machine, you can embroider in certain areas, just bring in a little bit of detail again with the foils as well. So we are really creating, I would say, almost boutique style clothing for ourselves if we start playing with this as well. And again, I think it's great because we do have some of you out there that don't do machine embroidery, so this is also a lovely way to embellish your tops to make it look, like I said, coming from a boutique. So all I'm going to do now, I'm going to go and sew my top so that I've got a new top to wear. Now, if you are wanting to buy any of the Deco Foils, we've set a kit together for you where we've put in 8 colors. You're getting 2 of each color in there, and then you've also got your adhesive that you're going to work with. The adhesive only works with, or the foils only work with this adhesive. You can't go and use a normal fabric glue. It is not going to work. And in that kit that we're giving you, we're also throwing in a little bit of a fabric paint. So you can also then go add a little bit of paint somewhere if you want to. Now, for this kit, you can go to my store. It's the surefordesigns.co.za. Go to the Happy section and you will find it right on top. We still only have limited left. We've already had some of you that's bought some of these kits. So go and grab your kit now, because guys, this is fun. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to sew my top, and then we will see you again next time when we do our next video, bringing you all these exciting stuff that we're doing behind the seams. So from us, for our Tuesday tips, happy sewing.